Good morning and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson. We're going to be looking today at difference. So let's have a look at the flip. Here we go. So if you are in peaches or strawberries group today, I've put some worksheets for you to use onto the home learning page for today, so you can get those. I'm going to go through how we would do some of those worksheets now for you, but I would like you to please watch the maths video from White Rose as well as we do, because it will be really worthwhile. So we're learning about difference today, and the first thing that Strawberries and Peaches will have are some pictures that they need to find out what's the same and what's different. So here I can see that on this side I've got 3, 6, 9. I've got 9 cubes on this side, but I've only got 4 on this side. So let's have a look at what's the same. So here we go. I've got 4 here and I've got 4 here. So what's the same? I've got those 4 there. What's different? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 that are different. Okay, let's have a look at the second one here. This I know is going to be 10 because it's a rod of 10 and that's how we represent them. Although if we were drawing them ourselves, we would just draw them like this because it would be more efficient. So I know that that's 10, and then I've got some separate ones over here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could have counted them quickly in twos. 2, 4, 6, and one more makes 7. So what have I got here? I've got 7. Let's get the same over here. Well, instead of counting 7, I'm just going to leave 3 at the top because I know that 7 and 3 make 10. So this is the same as this. And then what have we got that's different? We've got 3. That's different. Let's have a look at it in a different way. Let's have a look on a number line. So here you can see I've got a number line that's going up in ones. It starts at 5 and it finishes at 15. But I've got some arrows. So what this wants to know is, what is the difference between 6 and 14? Well, to do this, I can count on the difference between them. So let's have a look at what we know. We know that we've got 14 altogether. So we can put 14 in there. And we know we're starting at 6. So we need to work out what this is to make 14. And it's this gap here. So I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 and 8 make 14. Let's check that. Well, 6 and 6 makes 12, and 2 more makes 14. So the answer is, the difference is 8. Now, the important thing that I did is I jumped and I didn't count until I landed. Okay, so I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I also made sure that I said the number as I landed. Okay, here's another one here. So we've got 11 and we've got 18. So to find the difference, we're going to find out what this gap is here. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And if I think about, does 1 and 7 make 8, and I've already got 10, I can see that yes, that's going to be correct because 11 and 7 is 18. So those are some of the things that you have to do there. And then you've got somewhere you're looking at larger numbers. Now it's given you the numbers, but don't forget we know this because that's 30 because we've got 3 10s, and that's 7 because those are 1s. So these are chocolate bars, these are little bits of chocolate. So what you've got to do, you've got a couple of ways you could do this. You can either find out what's the same and circle them like I did before, and then find out what's missing, or you can take this away from over here. So I am going to scribble out the 10, and I'm going to scribble out the 10 over here. Now I'm starting over here because I know 14 is less than 37. So I know 37 is going to be that altogether number. I'm going to get rid of 1 over here, which means I'm going to get rid of 1 over here. 1 over here, 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 and 1 over here. And then what have I got left? Well, I can see I've got 2 10s and I've got 3 1s. 20 plus 3 is 23. Or you might find it easier, look at the numbers, which one's greater? You might find it easier to look at this number and then circle it over here if you can. It's up to you. You have to break the 10s in this one, so you're going to be scribbling out some of these in your 10. Okay. Let's just have a look at the bar model as well, because this helps us really understand what we are looking for. So here it says Jenny has 12p and Thomas has 5p. What is the difference between the amount of money Jenny and Thomas have? Now, what we don't want to do is add them up. So what we've got here is we know the altogether number is going to be 12, because these are the two numbers I'm looking at, and this is the greatest number. So when we're finding the difference, this is going to go into here, 12p. What's the other amount that we know? We know there's 5p. So then we need to work out what goes here to make 12p. Well, if I had another 5p, that would make 10p, and then I'd need another 2p to get to 12p. So this would be 7 pence. That's the part that's missing between 5 and 12. We'll have a look at the video today and this will go through it all again. So it will be fine. Let's just share. Here we go.
Hello there. We're finding the difference today. But first of all, here's our get ready questions. Which coin has the greater value? Pause the video to have a think.
Hey, you could do that for me now.
How did you get on with those? The first one, £2 is greater than £1. And it's bigger. That's interesting, isn't it? In the second example, 10 pence is greater than 5 pence. And it's bigger. That's interesting. In our third example, 2 pence is bigger than 20 pence, but 20 pence has the greater value. Ron and Whitney are playing Spot the Difference. Here are their two pictures. Can you spot any differences? Pause the video and have a look. Did you spot the pound hiding behind the sack of potatoes in Ron's picture? Oh, and the 50 pence in between the tricycle and the barrel. So the difference between Ron's picture and Whitney's picture is that Ron has an extra pound and an extra 50 pence. £1 and 50 pence. This time, Ron and Whitney are just given some money, and they're having another game of Spot the Difference. The difference here is obvious. They both have a £1 coin, and they both have a 20 pence. But only Whitney has a 5 pence and a 2 pence. We can add these values together. Whitney has an extra 7 pence. What about this time? Oh, they've both got a pound. Ah, slightly different. Pause the video to have a think. What's the difference? That's right. Ron has an extra coin, an extra 10 pence. They both have a pound, they both have a 5 pence, and they both have a 2 pence. Only Ron has the extra 10 pence. Altogether, Ron has £1 and 17 pence. And Whitney has £1 and 7 pence. The difference between the values is 10 pence. It's your turn now. Have a go at question 1 on the worksheet. It might be useful to get some coins that you can move around so you can see what the difference is.
Okay, let's have a look at question 1. Here we go. Teddy and Annie each have some money. Teddy has this money. How much money does Teddy have? So what I would do, I've spotted that these are in tens, so I can count those in tens, and these are in ones. So hopefully you'll be able to tell me how much money Teddy has, and you can record it here. And then it says Annie has this money. How much money does Annie have? There's some 10p's. There's some 20p's, which we know we can add by using what we already know. And there's some pennies. So add those up for me. And then it says, how much more money does Annie have than Teddy? So this is finding the difference. And I think the easiest way to do this is to start crossing out and see what's left over. So there's a 10p here, so I'm going to cross out a 10p here. If you try and do that for me, and then you'll figure out how much more money there was. Okay, let's go back to the video when you have finished that.
Dora and Teddy go to the shop. Dora buys something for 90p and Teddy buys something for 50p. But what is the difference between the prices? Well, we could think about the difference as being this space here. Pause the video and have a think. How are you going to calculate the difference in price? Well, one of the ways we could do it is to count on in tens. We can start at 50 and count on 60, 70, 80, 90. How many tens did we add on? We added 4 tens, or 40p. So the difference is 40p. Another way to think about it would be to give Dora 9 10p and then compare this with Teddy's. Teddy's not got 9 10p, he's only got 5. So we can see the difference is 4 10p, or 40p. This time Teddy spends 68p and Dora spends 84p. So what's the difference in price? Well, one way we can do this is to get the coins out. There's 60p of Teddy's, 65, 67, 68. Now we can get some more coins and count on to Dora's 84p. So we're currently at 68. If we add 2p, we'll be at 70p. Another 10 and another 4 gets us to 84. So altogether we added 16p. Therefore the difference in price, 16p. This time Teddy's got 23p and Dora has got 55p. Here's Dora's 55p. This time we're going to count back. Let's use a number line to help us. We're starting at 55p. Let's jump back to the nearest 10. So we'll subtract 5. That gets us to 50p. How many tens can we subtract now? Let's subtract 2. That gets us to 30p. Just a little jump back now. But a jump of 10 would be too much. I can exchange 1 10 for 10 ones. And now I can subtract 7 and jump back to 23p. So what's the difference in price? I can add up all of the amounts that I've subtracted, which is 2 10s and a 5, which is 25, and then 7, which is 32. The difference in price is 32. Have a go at questions 2 and 3 on the worksheet.
Okay. Right then, Rosie has this money. I can see she's got a 20p, a 20p, a 20p, a 10p, a 10p, a 5p, a 1p, a 1p and a 1p. She wants to buy this packet of sweets. Oh, the packet of sweets is 94 pence. How much more money does Rosie need? So we know that if we were looking at this in a bar model, that the amount that we want to try and make is 94 pence because she wants to buy the sweets. Then we need to work out how much she has got here. And that amount you can put here. And then you could count on to find what the missing amount would be that she would need to get to buy those sweets for 94 pence. Question 3. Work out the difference between the cost of a bottle of water and a lollipop. So we've got 23 here. We need to find out this gap here to make us up to 58. Now you could use a number line to help you with this one. And you could think about your bonds of 10 to help you. So 23, to get up to the next multiple of 10, I know I need to add 7. Because 7 and 3 make 10. So that's got me up to 30p. Then I could jump into some 10s to get up to 50p. And then I could jump on to get to 58 pence and then count how much I've added on. And then when you finish, just check that this amount plus this amount makes this amount, and then you'll know that you're correct. If you find it easier to use coins, you can also use coins. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Jack and Whitney are counting money. Oh, they've got notes, lots of money. Okay, so who has more and how much more do they have? Well, let's have a look at what is the same and what is different. Jack has 2 £5 notes. 2 £5 notes have the same value as Whitney's £10 note. They both have a £1 coin and a 20p coin. So the difference is that Whitney has 2 £2 coins. Jack altogether has £11 and 20p and Whitney has £15 and 20p. Let's look at that in a bar. Whitney's is slightly bigger, isn't it? But how much bigger? Do you remember that she had 2 £2 coins more? 2 £2 coins is equal to 4 £4 coins. So the difference is £4. Have a go at questions 4 and 5 on the worksheet.
Okay. Right, question 4. Dora and Mo each have some money. And Dora's saying, I have 2 £10 notes and 3 £1 coins. And Mo is saying, I have one £20 note, one £20 note, one £5 note, and 2 £2 coins. Who has more money? How much more do they have? So the first thing you need to do is think about what's 2 £10 plus 3 £1 coins, and then write the amount here. Then think about what's 20 plus 5 plus 2 £2 coins, and write the amount here. And then you can use whichever method that you like to work out how much more money do they have. So you're going to write one of the names here of who has the most money, and then do your working for how much more money do they have. Okay, question 5. Jack has been to the cinema and bowling. Wow, lucky Jack. I don't think any of us have been to the cinema or bowling for quite a while. How much more did Jack spend to go to the cinema than to bowling? Let me see if I can help you by putting this into a bar model for you. So I can see that of the two amounts, this one's the greatest. Now it doesn't matter if I put it at the top or the bottom, but I'm going to put it at the top. So I've got £4 and 55 pence. Oh, I didn't quite make my box big enough. And then here I've got £4 and 19 pence. So I want to know what's the same, what's different, and then this, we should be able to work out what this is here. So have a go at that one.
Dora, Jack and Whitney have some money. I have 3 questions about this money. Who has the most money? How much more does Dora have than Whitney? And how much more does Jack have than Dora? Pause the video and have a think. Who has the most money? Well, in this case, we can look at who has the most pounds. Jack has the most pounds. He has more pounds than Dora and more pounds than Whitney. Therefore, Jack has the most money. If Dora had £6 and Jack had £6, then we would have to look at the pence to see who had the most pounds and pence. But in this case, we can just look at the pounds. And Jack has the most money. How much more does Dora have than Whitney? I think it's useful to give Dora her coins and give Whitney her coins. And now I can subtract Whitney's coins from Dora. So Whitney has £2 and 2 pence. So if we subtract that from Dora, Dora now has £3 and 21 pence. And that answers the question. How much more does Dora have than Whitney? She has £3 and 21 pence more. How much more does Jack have than Dora? Well, Jack has £6 and 48 pence, and Dora has £5 and 23 pence. I can either count up or count back. I think I'm going to count back. My first jump is going to be 25 pence. This gets me back to £6 and 23 pence. And now I can do a jump of £1, which gets me back to Dora's £5 and 23 pence. In total, I've jumped £1 and 25 pence. Therefore, Jack must have £1 and 25 pence more than Dora. And now it's your turn. Think about those different methods you've got for solving the problems when you have a go at questions 6 and 7 on the worksheet.
Okay. Sorry, I've lost everything then for a moment. Let's go back to the flip and look at 6 and 7 then. So, question 6. Esther has £3 and 67 pence. Nisha has £3 and 15 pence. Brett has £8 and 67 pence. Who has the most money? How much more money does Esther have than Nisha? And how much more money does Brett have than Esther? Now this is exactly what we've just seen on the video. If you need to draw out them into pounds and coins to make up the amount, then do that and that will help you, because then you can cross out the ones to find out the difference. And you've got exactly the same kind of problem here. So you've got Tom and Whitney. Oh, they each have £5 and 84 pence. Tom spends some money and now he has £5 and 7p. How much did Tom spend? So you've got to work out the difference between £5 and 84 pence and £5 and 7 pence. Then again here, Whitney also spends some money. Now she has £5 and 23 pence. How much more did Tom spend than Whitney? I'm going to let you have a little go at that one all on your own and see how you get on. A little bit of perseverance with that one, I think. Okay, well done everybody. you are done with your maths for today.